continue talking whilst Goran has a crack on this circuit. So let's talk about this bit though. So what we're doing here now is just an AI race.
It looks like what is done here is it's got it set up at a Red Bull ring, and it's raining. He's in an Audi R8 and in a single class race. So there's various different models, and as you can see, we have this whole technology that we call Live Track 3, which means that the environment as well as the vehicles has a real-time effect on what the track surface does. And it's all dynamically and accurately calculated. It's physics-based simulation as well. So you will have puddles form on the racetrack realistically.
So if you were doing a very long race, it could start raining and that would change how the game...
Exactly. And there we go, look, we're back in now. We're back in.
Yeah.
Obviously this is an Audi, is it?
It's an Audi R8, yeah.
And what new... I've heard there's a few new brands of car in Project Cars 2 that weren't in Project Cars 1.
That's right. I'm glad you picked up on that. So we have key brands that we didn't have before, for whatever reason. But we have them now. We have Ferrari, we have Lamborghini, we have Porsche, we have a number of other ones. We also have new models that have come to the table now for brands that we had before, like McLaren. We have an exclusivity on the 720S, fantastic car, and you can experience it only in Project Cars 2. And then with tracks, of course, as well. We have a whole bunch of, this is one of the new tracks. We make a point of our new tracks being laser scanned, so they're millimeter accurate to the real thing. And it's not just the track surface itself, it's everything outside as well. But we do drone scanning, so we can get an accurate modeling of everything else next to the track as well. And that's important things. It's real world race drivers would use that as visual cues, whether it's for their brake markers or whatever their technique is when they race. So as you can see, what's happening here is we have real-time weather transition happening. The track will start drying out. The track surface will change, the grip levels will change, affects the AI as much as it affects you. And the same when you play online, of course. All of these features work automatically online. And because we do this complete world simulation of how we do weather and climate and all that, and it's accurate to wherever you are on the planet, we can simply drop a track into this world, give it accurate geographical coordinates, and the climate will be accurate depending on the time of year you are there, depending on the time of day you are there. The sun and the moon will be in the correct places in space as well. And it's all important because it affects the race surface. Like if the sun is at a low angle, the track surface will be heated differently. And if it's wet, exactly, the reflection. Yes, you picked up on that. The reflection will affect how you approach your racing as well. And your race line will be dynamically changing as you progress through the race as well.
So basically, the word simulation, you guys went, well, we may as well do it properly.
The nth degree with it.
Yes.
So that's good, right? I mean, that's, like you said, it does affect, you might not notice that. I mean, end of the day, like people, they might appreciate it now that the amount of work and detail you guys have gone into making this game is incredible. Like, but you know, when they're racing, they might just feel like it's really good.
To give an example, like look at the clouds up there. Unlike what most other racing games do, it's not a textured sky. Those clouds are dynamically generated. Because we have a real-time weather simulation, we cannot use textures. So it's like in a flight sim, right? Yeah. Where you actually have dynamically generated skies. The clouds and all of that is accurately simulated. And again, because it matters. It affects your racing.
Yeah, of course. But of course, the main part of the game, of course, is the simulation of the driving. So you guys must have improved the mechanics for the cars and everything just to make them even feel even more exactly like a simulation. Essentially, the closest you could possibly get to being a race car driver without actually being one. That's basically the goal, right?
Very much so, yeah. And the cool thing we found is the more authentic we make the simulation, the more accessible it becomes. A lot of people drive for real, they know what a real car handles like, and if they can transition from the real world into the simulation and find that similarity, it makes the game more accessible. And real world race drivers typically tell us working in the simulation world that you're making they're too difficult. It's not that hard to keep cars like this on the track. They're built and designed to be precision tools. They're not supposed to get in the way of the driver. They're supposed to help the driver do well in the race.
So in actual fact, making it more realistic, you are making it easier.
Yes.
in a way, like because it is. Like you said,
and of course we get accused of dumbing it down, and we're like, no, it's
the cars, are designed to. This is the way they're made. Like so.
Yes, exactly.